everyone. How are you? Good morning. Good afternoon. That's a little better, right? Get a little bit of light here. Good evening. All right, so we've all been hearing Harry's book. Harry's book. He's coming out with his book. He's going to interview tomorrow or today when this video airs, and it's going to be all Harry, 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 book, book, book. All right. Now, some of the excerpts were released allegedly by accident from, they sold the book too soon in Spain. That's how we've been getting all these tidbits coming out. Well, I want to see. Now, of course, the speculation has always been, well, this is it. This is the book. Harry's book is going to ruin his relationship with the royal family. It's over. Uh, but then Harry at the same time is saying, I want to get back together with my family, right? So none of this is making any sense. But I'm wondering, how is this book really going to affect Harry? I mean, him personally. I mean, we all know whole thing just seems like TMI to me, and it just looks like a disaster waiting to happen from the excerpts. But I'm wondering, is Harry going to see it that way? Because don't forget, everything that happens, Harry and Meghan just brushed it off as racism, right? So, I mean, is he going to see this as a disaster? Is he going to realize this, or is he going to think it's great what he's done and that getting that truth out there against that evil empire of the British royal family? Let's find out. I'm going to do a life spreads. There's like a lot of cards we're putting out. And I'm going to be using the Morgan Greer deck here to look at this overview of how, after publishing this book, which I would think is a disaster, especially for his children when they grow up and read this stuff. Who wants to grow up and read that their dad lost their virginity behind a bar? Oh my goodness. I mean, like some things you just keep to yourself, Harry. But anyways, how is this really going to affect him and his life going forward? The fact that he exposed this book. Let's find out. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the anchor spread, the anchor part of the spread for the different areas in general, how it's going to affect him, and then we're going to look more closely at his home, work, personal, and in the future going forward. So we're going to start with the little deck, and we're going to be putting down 7 cards. The first card, give me 1 second here. The first card is the base card. It's going to be his present experience right now. So what's his present experience? How he's feeling about this? The Empress. Oh, really? Well, the Empress, I always get a mother vibe here. And of course, his mother is coming up quite a bit in this book. And of course, the Empress is about creativity and fulfilling his potential. And you could also look at it as being very influenced by his wife and mother, right? His wife is his mother, basically. We know that. Meghan is just like Diana, don't you know? I'm sure he repeats that in the book. Next card will be love and relationships, how it's going to affect that. Oh, and I get the Fool. The Fool. So there I see, doing something unexpected. Now, I heard that he had some disruptions with his ghostwriter there, J.R. Mowinger. So there seems to be something new and unexpected happening with relationships. Now, this could be a new relationships he's making, since he is plugging the book and meeting all these new people and pushing it out. So that could be part of it as well. Now, let's see about his work. How is this going to affect his work going forward? The work that he does, Sun. Oh my! I might have to put the camera back down so you can see all these cards. This looks like the overwhelming publicity from this book will definitely get more attention for his work that he does and may bring him some success here. I mean, the younger ones may not be more open to believing what he says. Now, we know he's lying his A off in all this book, right? But he's aiming it towards a target audience that may not know and may believe him and his lies, him and Megane's lies, right? They've been lying left and right, and they've got their Sussex squad defending them and making up lies for them. Excuse me while I fidget with this a little bit. Yeah, so I'm getting that this is somehow going to help him in his success now. His career, his work here, his work, maybe not in some way it's going to help him. And of course, his work, what is Harry's work? It's public speaking. It's making appearances. It's being a public figure. That's all he does. He's a Kim Kardashian, a British Kim Kardashian. It's basically what he is now, right? The next card is going to be represent the central theme and how he's going to react to all this attention from his book. And I get the world. Oh my, look at that. The world. Oh, he's on top of the world. He's got the support of the globalists. I see there's a globalist card. He sees it. He's very happy. He's going to be very happy with this book. It's going to get a lot of attention. I mean, he's exposing things about him and his brother before his brother can, and he's writing the script here. He's writing the narrative, and a lot of people have always wanted to know more about William and Harry, and he's putting it out there. Him and his brother this, him and his brother that. Like I said, there may be a percentage of people who are going to buy it and believe it, right? Buy it literally and figuratively. So next, his immediate future. Okay, now we're going towards the future here, how this book's going to affect him. So what's about to come into being, how it's going to affect him. The Star. Wow, again, another very positive card here. Again, I'm only using the major arcana, but still I'm getting some positive major arcanas here. So this Star is about, hope, healing, optimism, better times ahead. So he's in the immediate future, coming into being right now, he is becoming more of a star, literally, in that you're going to be seeing interviews of him all over the place, and everyone's going to be talking about just Harry, right? Because usually a lot of the conversation veers over to his narc wife, who has isolated him from his family in California. But it's going to be all about him now, him and his mother and his brother and his father. Heavy emphasis. So he's feeling like a star in the immediate future. There's gonna be all kinds of tension. And Megan couldn't stand that. And that's why Megan had to come out and say, "Well, I'm gonna write a book soon too, I'm coming out with my own book. Yeah, yeah, just like Harry's." So Megan can't stand all the attention he's getting because he is a star right now, and in the immediate future, he's getting all the attention here. So he's gonna be feeling quite optimistic and focusing on his healing. And of course, he's playing the victim here. He lost his mother. He had a drug problem. A lot of people relate to somebody who's had issues with drug addiction. So he's going to get a lot of sympathy for that as well. So, playing the victim here, he's got all the cards, right? So the next card we're going to look at is what he's hoping for, hopes and wishes, what he'd like to happen. Yeah, so what would he like to happen with this book? Uh-huh. 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 So from the clips we've seen, he's brought up the fact that he believes that the journalists or the paparazzi that were following his mother should be brought to justice. Justice. Also, him and Meghan are pushing with the BLM, the new social justice ideas, and also wanting to change the laws and make it hate speech. If you don't like Meghan, if you say you don't like Meghan, you should be thrown in jail for hate speech. So, yeah, this is the effect he's hoping to have with his book. Changing the laws, changing freedom of speech, taking more journalists and paparazzi to court, suing everybody left and right who dares to insult him. Oh yeah, get more people fired with his justice warriors. Yeah, so I see that he's looking for justice here, and also, of course, with the royal family as well. And he's already said this. He said, "I want to be reconciled with them, but only if there's accountability." Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Attacking the justice system there. I see that. That's the changes he's really looking for with this book. He wants what he feels is right, and he wants justice. Him and Megan get that a lot. And now, so this is the immediate future. He's going to be this star, this darling, talking about all that he's overcome. You don't know. It's not that he's a multi-billionaire who's led this lavish life of luxury and spoiled rotten. No, no, no. Harry has struggled. He's pain and struggle. You don't know. Poor Harry. Buy his book and find out, right? How is this going to go in the longer term future? Overall effect this book is going to have on him and his life. Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Wowzers. So again, showing new opportunities coming to him from this book, leading from this book. Change, but it's also a change of fortune and a new cycle. New changes. Now, all these cards I have when I do this type of reading is they're upright. So the change of fortune might not be so positive because you're not going to see it as reversed with this reading. Okay, it's just to warn you ahead of time because people, when I do a life reading like this, overall, people come back and say none of the cards are reversed. So yeah, I don't do reverse cards with this particular type of spread. Yeah. So there's a big change coming up, change of fortune here, unexpected change. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting. All right, so I've already shuffled the cards. We're going to look in more detail in each area of his life. Let me make sure I get this camera. I want to just get that a little bit over there so I get a little more room here. So this is the major theme here going on. And next we're going to look at each area. So I've already shuffled the cards here. And here we go. Let's find out what is going more specifically, how are things going to affect him? Even if overall it looks like positive in general, it doesn't mean that it's going to be positive all over, in each area of his life, right? So let's find out because of course he's a multi-billionaire. I mean, it's not like he's going to be end up homeless and living in a shelter or something, you know what I mean? Like nothing really bad is going to happen to him. So anyways, let's find out with this book anyways. So and even though he's angering the military, British military and everything, that only makes him more popular and talked about, right? So there you go. That works in him as Mega's favor. But anyways, well, let's look at each area of his life and see how this book is really going to affect him. I've already shuffled the cards, so I'm going to split the deck. Let's see. How is this book really going to affect him? And we're going to start with personally and how he's going to feel in his perspective in this with this book. And the first card that comes out is King of Cups. Oh, he's feeling like I'm more popular than William. Check me out. Oh, he's feeling like he's king of the emotions here, King of Cups. But I think of William when I see this. I also think of Charles. They're both King of Cups. He wants to be on par with them. We know it. Next card we get Knight of Cups, the warrior, but he's coming out and he's saying, "This is how I feel. This is what I've been through." Sharing his emotions, which I don't think he really, I think that, anyways. Next card, Ten of Cups. See, I often see this as the royal family and putting on a good show with his own family as well. And then final card, we get Empress, again with the mother. Again with Megan and her being a mother as well, as we saw with the base of the reading. So this is really going to, for him, this is all about his mother, mother number one and mother number two. All these issues coming up again. I hope they're not successful in regurgitating this whole scandal about how she died and all that. I mean, I can't. I just can't with these two. So it's looking like, very emotional here. Again, cups, cups, cups. So this is very important to him emotionally to put this book out there and I guess in a way to explain his motivations for his behavior with Megan. Next, how events that impact to his home life. And I get, here we go. Now we're talking about Harry and Meghan. Uh-huh. Very evil home life. Him and his Satanist buddies are all going to be up in arms here. And also the devil is about addictions, being manipulative. hmm So this is in his home, of course, his home life. His ad- yeah, yeah. What else? What else? Because they're addicted to notoriety at this point, the two of them. They can't stand not being in the news. Next card we get Hermit. Studying and becoming an expert or pretending to be an expert again. I don't look at these reversed in this type of reading. Next. Home life's not going too well for Harry. Now, don't forget, home life is also with the royal family. his home at home, but then you've got his family abroad, right? The royal family there. And last but not least, oh, Two of Cups. Two of Cups. So I think somehow this book will, of course, bring out the attacks and the criticisms, but it's ultimately going to. All right, so he's this is like starting a war with them. Harry's coming out. I see the Hermit sometimes, the Harry card, right? You can do that sometimes. But he's coming out and he's attacking and attacking, and he's being attacked, until finally it's like the family is going to be like, we need to talk. We need to sit down and settle things here. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to end well, but it does mean that there will have to be, this will lead to, a Sandringham Summit Part 2 of sorts with the family, because it's way out of control how evil he's being. Let's face it, Harry's just being evil to his family and dredging up his mother and his brother and everything else, and he's being evil for sure towards his family. We all know that. Yeah, so it's gonna be nasty behind the scenes, very nasty. We're already seeing how much they're blowing it up in the media. We got an idea. All right, let's look at his work. So the work area, his business, working life, whatever he does of that, his Invictus Games, his app, whatever, his Aspen Institute chief of misinformation, getting people, banned from the internet, from their social media. So in general, how's this going to affect his work? I got 8 of Coins. So this book is going to be his work going forward. He's going to be talking about it, going on tour, charging $1 million a speech. Page of Wands. That's him giving his speeches and doing his calls and going on, and Chariot, ooh, politics. Now, I mentioned when I read the article in the last video that Harry said in his book that after Princess Diana's death, his father didn't hug him. And then he went out and greeted people, and he said, I was just like a politician, right? Just like a politician, I was. So it's like already he's dropping little hints of politics and wanting to get more into politics. And this is also a card of being triumphant, getting what he wants. But in the end, 8 of Cups, having to move on from things and leave things behind. So I do think that this may end up, he's going to have to stop doing he's not going to be doing some work that he's doing now. He's going to be moving on to other things because his politics is showing possibly, but also he may have more duties removed from him with the royal family, and then he has to move on away from them. So I see him moving on because of this work that he's doing, because of the book. Changes there. All right, next we did personal, home, his work life. Next is we're going to be love and relationships. So this is like love and relationship. Okay. Oh, and I should mention also that with his home life card would go into towards love and relationships over here, the Fool, doing something new. So of course this book is something new for a royal to write such an open book, like as if he were a celebrity or something. And the work card would go with the Sun over here, uh, showing that he'd move on, but it does look like in general this book is going to be helpful to him in furthering his career. And this moving on could be moving on into politics or moving on into something with the globalists, one young world summit and things like that, becoming more maybe closer with Klaus Schwab and the gang and the others who are pushing the new world order. But let's look at love and relationships, which we have the Fool again. So I get Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, which again is kind of a moving forward, moving on, but also being attacking and being aggressive in the media. 6 of Swords, again, a card of moving forward, moving on, moving somewhere. 6 of Coins, of course, his love and relationships are all about me and Meghan want money. Fork it over, royal family. Fork it over, taxpayers. Fork it over, Justin Trudeau. We want some more millions. Always want money, money. How much can we make with the baby pictures? And in the long term, 5 of Wands. Lots of controversy, lots of beating everybody over the head with their daily puff pieces, lots of antics there, causing controversy and upsets. That's what he does with his relationships. That's what he's all about. Knight of Wands is all about wands, wands, give me attention and getting money for it. Yeah, yeah. And next area of life we're going to look at is the future. So how is the future going? Again, the immediate future, we have the star, and then going forward, the wheel of fortune, things changing unexpectedly. So how are things going to change in the future going forward? Seven of coins, making money, watching his sales grow, building upon his book. Next, 10 of wands. So working hard, always being doing all these appearances, actually getting some work done, but also ending something here possibly, as well as feeling overwhelmed, stressed. Ooh, not good. Yeah, I see some arguments, attacks, upsets, deep wounds here, and Knight of Pentacles. But he keeps fighting. Fighting for that money, keeps going. Aggression, very aggressive. And the key card at the bottom of it all, Three of Cups. Now, this is the conspiracy card. This is working together with his satanic cabal, which we have over here in the home life. This is a basic theme. So we know that Harry is part of the cabal. And the cabal, or the globalist Satanists, they run the media. They run Hollywood. They're, behind all of this with Harry and pushing him and Meghan and all that with the government, pushing everything on everyone. So Harry's not doing this alone, obviously. He couldn't even write the book on his own, right? He had to have a ghostwriter. And the ghostwriter, of course, couldn't write it without Meghan. So there's like three people in this book from the beginning, right? It's Harry, Meghan, and the ghostwriter, Too many chefs spoil the broth, right? So all in all, I'm getting three knights here, right? We got the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and Knight of Cups. Whenever you see a lot of knights like this, this is a fight. This is a battle. Harry's fighting, right? This book is about fighting. And this is why he's so happy about it. I mean, I got him as king. His general attitude is King of Cups here. And he's thrilled with this book, him and Meghan, and he thinks he's doing his mother's bidding with this little creative project. And he just loves this attacking. He left the royal family to attack them. This is what has been in the works all along. I mean, obviously with the Oprah interview and then the Netflix and now this. I mean, this is just the next stage of attack, right? Harry seems to be doing this with military precision. You do the first phase of attack, the next phase of attack. So this is like a one level to the next. Harry has been in the military. I remember at one of his court battles when he was suing the Met Police. So this book is to support him with his court battles that he's going to be continuing. And I remember when he sued them, it came out in court that his lawyer gave sensitive national security documents to someone who was a PR person, but also had military intelligence background. So there's a lot of shenanigans going on here. But anyways, point is he's very happy. He is King of Cups, Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups, Empress. This is his general, how he's feeling right now, his attitude. He's happy. I'm getting Cups here. He's very happy and content with himself in what he's doing, and he's content that he's attacking his family like he is and exposing what he is and putting his side out. And of course, the book is nothing but, from what I can see, full of lies, but again, just like the Netflix, it's just propaganda to prop him and Meghan up while tearing down the royal family. So, of course, we see that with his home life. Now, his home life is going to be the most disrupted here and the most destruction. Now, of course, the future looks kind of choppy as well, but in general, but of course, his home life is what he's meaning to attack, right? This is who he's attacking, his family and Meghan's family, his family. So of course we have that, and he's being particularly evil, and he's part of an evil gang, and he's still, from rumors are, him and Meghan are still consuming copious amounts of, drugs and whatnot, drinking. So yeah, and he's isolated himself with Meghan. He's pretending to be an expert as he attacks them. And somehow, but this is going to somehow have to, they're going to have to come together and make some kind of truce here. Because, of course, no matter what, he's showing the royal family of how evil he can be. And he's saying, "You don't give me and Megan what we want, we're gonna keep coming at you and coming at you and coming at you." I mean, look, that they this has been, just a war, a literal war, basically between them and the royal family, and he's upping his game, right? They did the Oprah interview. I think that was a warning. Like, if you keep not giving us what we want, we're gonna do something else. And then they did Netflix, and then they did a book. So he's trying to force them to the table to give him and Megan what they wanted, which is half in, half out type of deal, or something of that nature. So there's going to be some kind of meeting here to give Megan what she wants. What Megan wants, Megan gets. And this book is just the latest attack. This is the latest bombing on the royal family to get Megan what she wants. You don't give Megan what she wants. This is what Harry is doing, and he's very happy about it. Because he is completely deranged and brainwashed. That's stupid. So for him, this is a success because this is what he's intending to do. He thinks this is what he wants. He's a warrior. He's a fighter. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups. This is about him. Harry's taking the initiative, and he is the one full on attacking here. And he's planning on getting it, working towards, here in his work area. He wants victory, right? He wants to triumph. He wants him and Meghan. Now, again, Harry's not alone in doing this, in this work that he's, if you want to call it work. He's doing this for victory, but I'm getting that he's going to have to leave something here, someone or something. He's moving on from something here with his work as a result of this. Um, yeah. Now, down here with the area of love and relationships, of course, again, that's also, again, Knight of Wands, Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Five of Wands. He's going to continue doing this with Megan. I see this as him and Megan and his book and whatnot. They're going to travel around. He's going to Britain first, I believe. He's doing it for the money and for the prestige and the business. And he's just going around. He wants to instigate people. He wants people to continue battling it out and attacking online and the Sussex Squad and all that. So this is his relationships going forward. This is relationship is going to be one about inciting people, getting them upset. I mean, Harry and Meghan, that's what they do. They seem to do things because they want the public to react, and then they can turn around and get you banned and get you fired from your job. So this is a continuation of that. So Harry is continuing that. How this is going to work out for him going forward is he's going to continue fighting. Um, this is how he's choosing to make his living here. He's a very critical Virgo. He loves criticizing everything. He's not happy with anything. He's going to continue plowing through no matter what anyone says. He's going to be dealing with the upsets, the criticisms, and upsetting people. This is what Harry and Meghan want. They love doing this, and he's going to continue fighting. Of course, he does most of it behind the scenes, right, with the Sussex Squad and with the chief of misinformation job, and who knows what else he's doing. But he's making it his job to attack the public, but particularly attack journalists. He wants to kill freedom of speech. I mean, that's my opinion. And I do think that that's what he's about. He appears to really believe, erroneously, and as he is, as wrong as it is, that freedom of speech killed his mother. I mean, that's basically the basis of it, because he's attacking the journalists. He's attacking the Met Police. He wants to defund the police. That's also part of the globalist agenda, right? It's part of the, Green New Deal and everything. They have all these different ways of attacking. So one is attacking the police. Harry sued the police. Another is attacking freedom of speech. Harry is suing all these British newspapers and whatnot. So this is also part of his globalist agenda, as well as supporting Meghan and her agenda and trying to make them appear as the victims, while at the same time, really what they're about is just Harry is doing, fighting. He just wants to fight with everyone. He wants to attack, but he's attacking us as well as attacking the royal family, because him attacking the media, attacking freedom of speech, censoring people, is, you know, we're also part of the collateral damage of this as well. So suddenly, after Harry meets Meghan, he's in World War III with freedom of speech and the media, and him and Meghan together are doing their best to create uproar, create controversy, align themselves with BLM and Tifa and all that, and the communist woke agenda. Because again, the group behind them is also, you can look at this as the globalist group that he's working with Megan, all that, who are very evil, without a doubt. And it's going to be very successful. This is successful for him. People are falling right into the trap. All Harry has to do is write a book, and everybody starts talking about it and criticizing him, and it starts all over again. They're never, they're just getting their story out more and more. They want everyone in the world fighting about them, and he wants his mother's death opened up again. He wants to open up his mother's investigation again, and he wants to drudge up ancient history. Yeah, yeah. He wants to, and he will reopen new wounds, old wounds, and make new wounds. He's reopening his work, what he's plowing to do and fighting for, and continuing to fight about is reopening old wounds and stirring the shizzle as much as possible. And that's what he will be doing. So, but the bottom of it all, the end of it all, I see after all this attacking and back and forth, he's going to have some kind of agreement. This can be like a legal agreement. It doesn't mean him and the royal family getting back together. Oops. I, okay, my camera's a little in and out. Uh, I see some kind of agreement or understanding with the royal family. They're going to have to, sit down and hash something out that they can both live with to try to shut him up. But he is going to have to leave something for work. He's going to move away from something that he's working on. It could be Invictus Games. That could be uh, something else that he's been working with. He's considering this all a big success for his wife and mother. He is going to, continue creating online and with others more controversy, and he's going to, in the future, continue his fight, trying to make money from his fight, monetizing his fight. But again, like I said, with three, um, warriors here with three knights, I mean, this is the fight. This is war. This is Harry fighting. This is how he fights. This is not obviously not, but he's doing it under the appearance of, I just want to tell you my story because I'm so nice and open and honest, right? In reality, it's no, this is a phase of war. This is a tactic to attack. But he's going to be doing it under the guise. And again, once again, as been said before, Harry and Meghan play the victim as they lobby attacks at people. So this book is a prime one of many examples. So now Harry is going to be going around. I just wanted to share his feelings about his mother and his childhood and losing his virginity. But in reality, he's, oh yeah, and by the way, William beat me up and knocked me out on the ground, and I broke my back and broke the dog bowl. I'm surprised he didn't blame William for the dog breaking his two legs. I still haven't heard about that story yet, but I'm sure he somehow blames William and Catherine for it, or King Charles and Camilla. So that's coming, as you know, all he does is lie. But anyways, which is why I see in the future coming up is going to be more upsets and harm he's causing. He's causing a lot of harm with this book. No matter on top of all the harm he's already caused thus far with all his lawsuits and his activities censoring people online, that and it's going to continue on the damage he's causing. Yeah, stirring people up because uh, yeah, that's his job. His job is to be as destructive as possible, to help upset people, upset the public, to cause and of course attack the royal family and his family, and to cause upset and controversy and chaos, which is exactly what the World Economic Forum wants, because they want an angrier world, because then they can bring in their martial law and lock everyone down, start giving you your CBDBs and giving you carbon tax and imprisoning you in your homes, yeah, and all that kind of good stuff. I mean, this is what this is leading towards, that because Harry's on that track. And so this book, of course, once again, is going to be, um, while he's happy right now how it's going because it's exactly what he wanted and he's evil with his family, it is going to be, just the latest chapter of more pain and suffering he intends to inflict on everyone in the public and in journalism and anyone who believes in freedom of speech. Harry wants to take you out, and he's going to be working towards it, and he's going to be plugging his book while he's at it, making some coin, him and his wife. So that is what I see. I see success here as far as what the mission, the real mission of his book. But of course, we know the real mission is about changing social justice in his communist mindset, changing um, the world, changing the way things work, changing law and order, trying to be victorious over the people and human rights, being victorious over that with tyranny. So, but he is having to move away from something. There's something here he's got to leave that he's not going to be able to do anymore. Let me see if that might have to do with the royal family, or that might have to do with one of his other projects, like the Invictus Games, or the I don't know, sort of the app that he does, the mental health app. What is this? Let's see if I can get an idea here. What is this that he's moving away from? It could have to do with he may not get less, speech opportunities like this. I don't know, but I would think he would get more because this book is going to be talked about so much. What is he moving away from? Okay, I get 9 of Swords reversed. I shouldn't really read verses here, but 9 of Swords. Oh, yeah, he's not gonna have any relationship, at least working with. He's never gonna work with his brother again. You know that. And this might be. I also see this possibly as him having to, yeah, his family, and cutting him off from any association with the royal family, or losing something that is his birthright that his brother may take from him. Um, Obviously, they're not gonna work together anymore. So I think it might be his brother that's, he's gonna say, "This is it. I never want to see you again. I never gonna do anything with you again." Like something's being ended here that he's gonna have to move away from all this. He's gonna lose something with his family. He may just it could be just him, of course, losing his title or something of that nature, his line of succession or something. But he's losing something here in the work area. This is the work area. So that is going to affect him. All right, so that is what I see for in general how this book is going to affect Harry, and the main cards I get with him is the Devil, 8 of Coins, King of Cups, Knight of Wands, and 7 of Coins. So working, plugging for the money, trying to make a career out of being a fighter in the media, and just being plain evil towards his father and brother here. Yeah. Yeah, I think him and Megan just wanted more money for drugs or something. Their addictions. And so they just kind of keep abusing until they get everything here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Because Harry and Meghan just want to party all the time with their satanic buddies. You know that. All right, so that is what I see here. So I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.